Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on the 12th-ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Mustangs will boot it away to start the game. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Pitt Panthers offense will start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They'd better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
This Pitt offense has been clicking on this drive. The give to the tailback. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. And on second down for this offense. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Across the 25, he's got room. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Panthers. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
7, SMU, 0.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Mustangs offense will go to work for the first time today. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
The back goes in motion. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Looking to throw on third. Just led him a little too far across the sideline, and it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll leave it with him. Breaks the tackle. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
They move the tight end all over. He'll do it himself. Spins away from the defense. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, it's Jennings. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Really impressed with how this team has seized momentum here, playing on the road in this hostile environment. Their offense gets it first. They march down the field. They put up some points. And here's the defense now on their first drive, getting a critical sack on 3rd down.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Back open in the middle. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he breaks into the open. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time. 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
It'll be a draw. Just ran him over. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Oh, it's a reverse. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. After the run, now to throw. Feeling some heat. That's reeled in. It's Johnson. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
The Panthers get enough for the 1st down. And the offense about to dial up its 10th play of this drive. Quick pass on the fly motion. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Give to the back. At the 35, he's loose. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Give to the running back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Scanning the field, it's Jennings. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. What a terrible, terrible shame. That punt is just going to create all kinds of problems. It goes out of bounds, and let's see where they spot it. They're going to take over right around the 30-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, SMU. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Working the middle, it's complete. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The sure hands, it's Johnson. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Panthers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 21.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. FIU is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. They're trailing by 10 to Liberty. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking down the middle. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Six-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
They're not into 3s. They want 6s. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He'll pull it on the read. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's wrestled out of bounds after a nice pickup. They'll put in play from the 41 on 1st down. To the air, it's Jennings. Looking for a deep man. Brings it down on the right side. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down 25. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Finds a man in the middle. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes. Let's see if they can continue with the pass rush moving forward.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Gonna let it fly. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Here's the punt, and it is not a very good one. A short punt. And they'll mark the spot on this one just outside the 40-yard line.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
To the air, it's Jennings. Skips away from pressure. He'll pull it down and run. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
It's caught. Touchdown, SMU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Got the back over the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. And he left that one short, tried to... There's got to turn it loose. Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 28 after that last incompletion. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Throws to the back. This time on target. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint, but does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
Now on first down from the 43. He's going to pass. Looking for a huge play. And he grabs it at the 15. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And the Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. On 4th down, they'll try to get something out of this drive before the end of the half. Never a doubt. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside the 15, here's the return. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Got him downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Mustangs racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through the pressure.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. No huddle offense to the line. He'll keep it himself. Finding open areas. They finally make the stop, but the big run is ready to move those sticks for the first down. This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Man, that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, if I'm the OC, I'm the head coach, I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slide.
Yeah, you got to live to play another day if you're this quarterback right now. You know this defense, their eyes are lighting up every time they see you take off and run. They know they're going to get those opportunities to try to put you down. You've got to slide. You've got to try to get out of bounds. You've got to really try to save yourself because this team needs you if they're going to win the game.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. Power football with the run. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to...
Going downfield for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Coming after it. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. The offense set for a 1st down play. Quarterback on the keeper.
And it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is like a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They believe they can run right here. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
That's incomplete. Tried to set up the screen, and he dropped the pass. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the 2nd half.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Got his man on the right. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Quickly complete. Still running at the 40. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the face?
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Hand off from the shotgun. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Let's see what they dial up on this 4th down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it, and they convert. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Lining up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. 1st down here for the offense. Looking for room. It's Curry. Open space at the 25. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. Now on 1st down from the 28. Might as well give it to him again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to the ground. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Fires one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a... conversion for this offense.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. And the Mustangs headed quickly to the line. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. They'll line up for a second down play. It's a reverse. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2.
Coming up, 4th down.
The Mustangs are in the red zone. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. And the Mustangs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together.
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Back to throw, it's Jennings. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay.
Touchdown, Mustangs! And the comeback is on. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UConn is getting dominated today, and you know, the folks in stores deserve better than this. no excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 25 to Miami.
At the 45 on its way.
We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Buys a little time with his feet. Hard running there. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing it. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. Still on his feet at the 45. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
A long game and a first down.
He wants to throw. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air. It's Jennings. They're working that left side. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver shows motion. Calls his own number.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the
offense coughs it up. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
That is how you step up for a defense right there. Force the turnover. Let's not make this thing get close, right? I got a two-possession lead. I get the ball back with, close to 3 minutes remaining. I'm sitting in a great spot. Offense, go get me some first down.
He's going to fire deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Slippery slide, find his way, and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their sixth straight win. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a three-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up there.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. to throw. It's Jennings. A deep throw as the clock winds down. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Now SMU.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Okay, you have a two-score advantage here, so while you want to be aggressive, David, don't hand them a cheap one.
Dang right. I'm not being reckless. I can still be aggressive, but a punt is not the worst thing, Jesse, in this situation in the fourth quarter.
You're right, David. You don't want to be reckless. So as a play caller here, let's dial up some things you know your quarterback sees well in the passing game.
Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
That defender reacted immediately when he saw the play and just set his hair on fire toward the ball carrier.
And you've got to see those plays. Those plays are very fast. It happens quick. There's no fake to a toss. It's pitching on the outside, trying to get to the wide side of the field. Great job by the defense. You got to set those edges by the defensive end, and everybody fly to the football.
Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense option. You didn't really get too much of that stuff. But, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one.